Hello, everybody. It's time for Off the Ledge. It's Friday. It's April 25th, 2025. I hope you're having a good day so far, whenever you're watching this. Yeah, the world is in a weird place. Let's just establish that. The world is in a weird place. And I think it's a really important time and perfect time to get some kind of a sort of like a practice in place. That's kind of what we do here. Get a practice in place so that when things seem overwhelmingly stressful, that we just have something that we do where we kind of pull ourselves back, get a grip, realize that you're not in an emergency in the present moment, and so your body can stop acting like it's in an emergency. Start there. And good time to take a yoga class, start a meditation practice, because we really do have to keep a steady ship, you know. Let's start with a reading from Ernest Holmes. I'm reflecting on the news that I just heard that Ron DeSantis is being caught up in some scandal where there was money fraud, and a couple years ago I kept seeing him in handcuffs, so that's just on my mind. I thought I'd share. Ernest Holmes from today. And we'll have a lot to talk about today at PNN tonight, and today I'll do a pop-up. So join us at 7 p.m. Eastern, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to catch us live during our time that we go over the news more thoroughly. And we have a lot of fun, so join us. Okay, so Ernest Holmes starts with a line from the book of Exodus. I will take sickness away from the midst of thee. I like to look at that also as I will take disharmony away from the midst of thee. God is in and through God's creation. The universe and all form is God's self-expression. Our bodies are of God, the manifestation of a perfect God. We are the beauty of God's work and the vehicle of God's consciousness. We allow the divine perfection to function through us as perfect health. Our individuality does not imply frailty. We are created in God's image, and we desire only God's perfection through us. Today we increase our divine experience, and we recognize God's consciousness in us. Each day our bodies are renewed. We are alive with everlasting life. This life lives as us, and there is nothing else. Having discovered the inner reality, we turn to it with confidence. Easily the old doubts and negatives are dismissed. We let go of all thinking that would seem to keep us from the knowledge that we are perfect in all ways. By blessing our bodies and our minds, we acknowledge our Creator. The joy of living circulates through us, warms us, and fills us with trust. We let go of any old fear of age or decline, and only know with sure knowledge that we are forever growing better and stronger, that we are happier in mind and more perfect in body. We give thanks each day for our perfect health. Our body is our temple, and our house is in order. And so it is. All right, it's that time of year in the Northern Hemisphere, anyway, where your body, your physical body kind of craves a little bit of a clearing out and detoxification. There's many ways to do that, but just something to keep in mind. Maybe just adjusting, from a not too clean diet to a more clean diet. That's one way. Anyway, just a suggestion. Let's listen to Kathy Beale on this Friday. Thank you to those of you who joined us for the guided meditation last night. I urge you to do our guided meditations that are under the Thursday lives regularly. And also, if you'd like to do the declarations that a lot of us are doing at 12 noon Eastern Time daily, we just read them and envision them as being so. Send an email to AnnetteDion7@gmail.com and I'll send them right out to you. as soon as I get your email. So, to book a session with Kathy Beale, go to empowermentunlimited.net. And here's our astrology forecast for today.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for April 25th, 2025. Don't be surprised if you wake up on fire, if you wake up early, if you jump out of bed and just get to it, whatever it is, even if you're normally someone who eases into your day. It is a real, intense, out-of-my-way day. Have fun with it. That's all for now.
Oh yeah, Moon's in Aries today. That would fit. True for me today. All right. I know there's a lot going on that feels that it's out of our hands. Just like, oh, I wish I could do something about that. Like for instance, what's going on with Pete Hegseth right now, why he's still there. And there's a lot that just is kind of rattling our cage. The Ukraine situation, I still have my America-Ukraine pin. I'm holding in my vision that we restore our democracy. And just remember that how you're thinking about things does affect the collective. And it does affect the outcome. So you're more powerful than you might think. I know we fall into that trap of, well, I'm not doing enough. And then by the same token, we really do have to be activated and call your representatives, especially if you're feeling really angry about what's going on. Call them. Vent. That's what they're there for. We pay them. We're their employers. It's just unbelievable to see how our money is being misused. So get on their case. Get involved. Activate. And now that it's spring, and after that astrology report from Kathy, be on fire. Go for it. Personally, too. Let's see what the cards say for today. Anyone who would like to book a session with me at psychicannetdion.com. And there's a special for new clients. And $100 off spiritual life coaching sessions. Let's see. Please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe. And share. There, I've promoted myself. Here are the cards for today. It feels like we have a lot of burdens on us, absolutely for sure. Everybody pray for the safety of those traveling to the Pope's funeral, which will happen tomorrow. I want to encourage everyone to pray for the convicted felon in the White House to not be able to go. It's just a thought. I don't want it ruined for me. I want to watch this one. And I won't. If he's there, I just won't. Anyway, the burden of what's going on in the world right now is just, I'm getting this sense to just tell everyone, don't take on the whole entire burden. Don't try to do that. That message is coming through really strongly because I think that there's so many news stories going on that we just feel freaked out. Frequently freaked out. But things are coming to a head. We are at a turning point. I really think these tariffs are moving the needle. And I don't see the convicted felon in office for much longer. I don't. And we know that time is hard to predict. But I see harmony restored. And if you don't believe that, it's understandable. But just see if you can give it a test run. Believe that harmony is restored. There are a whole lot of people, and I've said this many times before, a whole lot of people are in need of seeing the reality of what it means to be gaslit and lied to, and how that can, believing the lies and believing the gaslight, the effects, whatever the gaslighting, believing the source of whatever the gaslighting came from, believing all that and not investigating and not paying close attention and not being concerned about our fellow human beings has led people into MAGA. And now we're in a time that it's an adjustment that had to happen from my perspective. And the adjustment is, it's not going to come from the people that have been kind of holding the torch for democracy that the MAGAs have been attacking. It's going to come from the person they supported. The vitriolic, revengeful feelings that they're going to have. The Democrats didn't create these terrible circumstances for the MAGA people. It was the convicted felon, Orange Buffoon. And as people wake up, we will see a shift. And this is kind of like the only way that it could really sink in and happen. I'm also of the mind that if we had seen Kamala Harris legitimately win the White House like she would have if it wasn't messed with, the election wasn't messed with, she would have. And there's a lot of information about the rigging of the election out there, by the way. We would not, well, first of all, we wouldn't be where we are, but the other thing is that we would have to just keep dealing with, it's kind of like having a stone in your shoe, and you just want to take the stone out of your shoe because it's really hard to walk. And maybe the stone gets a little bit broken up and crumbled in your shoe, but how about just getting rid of the whole thing? I don't know if that analogy made any sense, but it's the best way I can describe it. That all this evil is right in our faces, and we see what it can do. We see how bad it could get till we stop it. Now that it's all, they're all in the limelight, right? They're all in the forefront. We kind of know the enemy, and the enemy is undeniable at this point. Remember when Dumpy said, kept up reciting that stupid snake poem? You always knew I was a snake before you let me in. And those MAGA fans would just be there like, oh, 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 like not even really paying attention to what he was saying. Well, now, because of the stress and the strain it will create every single day that he continues to occupy that seat, the stress will get to them. And then we're all in harmony on saving our country. Believe in the best case scenario. Get others to join you. And keep activating and working. And we will pull this whole thing down. I'm remembering back in the day when Saddam Hussein was, the big statue of Saddam Hussein was pulled down and toppled. See that for this illegitimate administration. And we'll see you later on. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Namaste.